Good evening. I'm Lawrence O'Donnell sitting in for Chris Matthews in New York. Leading off tonight, the CIA versus Congress. House Democrats are now charging the CIA with misleading members of Congress for 8 years about a classified program beginning in 2001. Is this confirmation of Speaker Nancy Pelosi's much ridiculed charge a couple of months ago that the CIA misled her about waterboarding? We have the chairman of the House Intelligence Committee joining us in a moment to tell us what he thinks the CIA is really doing. The charge by Democrats that the CIA has misled Congress beginning in 2001. Congressman Sylvester Reyes of Texas is the Democratic chairman of the Select Intelligence Committee in the House of Representatives. And Texas Republican Congressman Mac Thornberry is also a member of that committee. Mr. Chairman, describe how we came to know in the last 24 hours that there's an accusation going from you to the CIA that you have been lied to about a secret program for the last 8 years.
Yeah, I wrote a letter to my ranking member, Peter Hoekstra, asking that we set aside the issues that have been swirling around with the controversy of who knew what when, and that we focus on getting the authorization bill to the floor, voted out so that we can go to the Senate, who we're told will be marking up next week. In the letter, I mentioned that we have learned over the course of the last few weeks, we have gotten more information on shortcomings, I'll describe them that way, that the CIA has not fully informed our committee, that at least in one instance, we feel they have lied to the committee.
Yeah, your letter seems, as you said, it uses the word lied. It's stronger than just a phrasing like shortcomings. Let's take a look at it that you wrote to your Republican colleague on the committee. You said, like you, I was greatly concerned with the notification the committee received on June 24th, 2009 from Director Panetta. This apparently is the admission by Panetta that they had a program that you were not told about. You say this, along with other recent notification, has brought to light significant information on the inadequacy of reporting to the committee. These notifications have led me to conclude that this committee has been misled, has not been provided full and complete notifications, and in at least one case was affirmatively lied to. Now, Mr. Chairman, you make reference to other instances beyond what Leon Panetta discussed with you recently. In that, are you trying to specifically refer to the controversy involving Nancy Pelosi and whether or not she was lied to about waterboarding?
I am not, because I was not there and have no idea what information was provided to the Speaker. These are separate instances that the committee has become aware of.
Congressman Thornberry, what do you make of this? Were you shocked by what Leon Panetta had to tell the committee?
What I make of it is that this is more about political cover for the Speaker than it is anything else. We get briefings regularly on issues, and since I've been on the committee, there have always been issues about notifications, about when we're notified, how soon we're notified, how full the notification is. But what's unusual in this case is that it was more than 2 weeks ago when this briefing occurred, and yet it was only 2 days ago, just as the CIA budget bill is coming to the floor, that all of this gets made public. So
Congressman Thornberry,
it looks like it's more political.
In your time on the committee, has the CIA director ever walked in there, sat down with you, and told you you have been misled about a program, a secret program, for 8 years? Is this the first time that's happened to you?
I don't remember that happening this time. We do get information about programs regularly, and then part of our job is to ask more questions and see, well, should we have been notified about this? Who knew about it? Did this rise to a certain level? So there's definitely questions that need to be asked and answered in this case, but that's very different from going out and saying the CIA lied, so the Speaker must be right. That just is part of this political bolstering of a speaker that got in trouble.
So are you saying that your Democratic colleague and chairman that we have here on the show right now is misleading our audience about what Leon Panetta revealed to this committee? You were there, the chairman was there. Are you telling me that what you just heard your chairman say is not true?
I heard what Director Panetta said. He brought a matter to our attention that had not been brought to our attention before. I don't know that it necessarily should have, and I certainly don't know that the committee was intentionally lied to about that matter. There are more questions to be asked, but I think our homework needs to be done before we adopt a ready, shoot, aim sort of mentality.
Well, Congressman Thornberry, before I go back to the chairman, let me just read to you something I know you've read before, which is the statute, the National Security Act, which specifies exactly what the CIA must reveal to Congress. It says, and has said in law since 1947, the CIA shall ensure that the Congressional Intelligence Committees are kept fully and currently informed of the intelligence activities of the United States, including any significant anticipated intelligence activities. So what it is saying is the CIA must inform you when they anticipate doing something. They must then inform you when they are currently doing something. And what Leon Panetta came in there and said, and you've just agreed that he said, that they were conducting a secret program that you were not told about for 8 years. How can you look at that as anything but a violation of the law we just read?
Number one, you only read portion of the law. There are a number of exceptions that are listed later. Number two, Director Panetta came and brought to our attention a matter that he thought needed to be brought to our attention, and all of us appreciate that. That is very different from jumping to a conclusion that says they violated the law or that they intentionally lied to Congress. And the problem here is that you throw out that allegation and nobody can back it up and nobody can contradict it because it's all classified information. That's part of the reason, as well as the timing, that this looks like it's more political than it is anything else.
Mr. Chairman, tell your Republican colleague here what it is, at least conceptually, what it is he should have been listening to that Leon Panetta said that has provoked this reaction from your side of the committee.
Well, first of all, Congressman Thornberry is a good friend of mine, and I am disappointed that he's trying to put a spin on information that clearly all of us in the committee heard, including the ranking member who reacted much the way that all of us reacted to that information. Like Congressman Thornberry, I can't say enough about what a stand-up guy Director Panetta is, because he brought this information to the committee probably less than 24 hours after he found out about that. But the record is clear. We're in the process of evaluating what our next steps are going to be. I am disappointed that we can't seem to get beyond the politics and get the authorization bill on the floor, get it voted out, and get it conferenced with the Senate so that we can support the hardworking men and women of both the Central Intelligence Agency and the other 15 agencies that are protecting our national security.
Congressman Thornberry, if you and other Republicans who were in that meeting are now saying that what we're really dealing with here is just some Democratic-inspired political spin, are you saying that the CIA director, Democrat Leon Panetta, the CIA director, came up to the House Intelligence Committee to feed them political spin, that he did not come up to give them serious and important information that they needed to know that the CIA was legally obligated to deliver to them?
Of course not. And let me point out, Director Panetta has reaffirmed as recently as within the past 2 days that the CIA does not lie and does not have a policy of lying.
Well, just to be clarified, he reaffirmed what the policy is.
Exactly.
That's like saying this is what the speed limit is on the interstate. It doesn't mean that everybody observes it every minute.
When asked specifically about this issue, and here's the point. Yes, there are questions that need to be asked and answered. My problem is jumping to conclusions and making those conclusions public just when the bill is coming to the floor in an effort to prevent other questions from being asked about the Speaker. And that's what's troubling about this.